Hi guys, just wanted to check in and let you know, second round of papers, technically, I mean, in terms of sentence structure and in terms of grammar and organizationally and readability, much better than the first. So that's great. That's basically all that we want. And again, each one of you will get a full rubric with a lot of notes about specifics. And those of you who are writing on war, no problem. I'm awaiting your papers. But truly, again, it is kind of your own fault because we had plenty of time to get tickets. But whatever, we won't make it into a thing, and I'm glad you'll get to see war. And please, because I'm in the play again, I'm going to ask you to be brutally honest. I don't care. I mean, tear me apart. That's fun. So, just with regards to the beautiful laugh papers, I just wanted to say that my idea, the way that I see this whole, the whole concept of clown is, as opposed to a sort of set of aesthetic choices like bright rainbow colors and big hair and giant shoes, and then a set of behavioral choices. Um, that the idea of clown is really something that's more universal and much more pure, and basically just represents real innocence and naivete without any kind of cynicism involved. It's that thing that you did when you were a kid, and the thing that we get to do. What makes having kids such an amazing thing. And I'll just share this one example from you. It's kind of for you. It's kind of silly, but it's just something that my daughter and I do all the time. So Josie will just randomly say to me something like, "Dad, have you ever seen a bush made out of peanut butter? Or have you ever seen a car made out of crackers?" And my job then is to go, "Ha ha ha!" And then she laughs, and then she does another one. "Have you ever seen a dresser made out of underwear? Ha ha!" And my committal to that moment of ha ha, even though it's not aimed at psychological realism, it's not aimed at creating something, it's not aimed at something artistic. It really is just truly in the moment and as honest as I can be. The fact that I don't necessarily find that intellectually funny, but I am able to play in a way with my daughter that is totally outside of those boxes, outside of the box of whether or not this is real or whether or not it looks right or whether it has some specific artistic end or whether it's trying to change society. It really is just ha ha. And that to me is the idea of a clown, just to play without cynicism, without purpose, just to be totally in the moment and naive. And that's really what kids do. And we kind of lose that as we get older. And so that's the beautiful thing about this particular play to me. You do have your final chapter posted now. Some of you need to play some catch up still, so please do. Don't make me come after you, like make that a weird thing. Please just do that catch up. But your last chapter is posted, and you have a week for that. And then we'll have about 2 weeks for our final projects, and they should be pretty easy for you guys. It's just really a short research project. You'll each probably be responsible for 1 page bulleted, but it will take a little bit of forethought. And I think it'll be fun for you to then see the research that you post get produced by the live class so that you'll actually be more involved in one of these shared projects. So please be looking under assignments. I'll send out an email when it happens, but be looking for the moment at which you will begin working on those projects. I'm going to allow you to use all internet resources because it is kind of a research project. But you probably would have an easier time if you went to the library. I'm just saying that. You would have an easier time. But as we're an offsite class, you can use all internet. Okay, so I will send out an email about that shortly. And now here's a little preview of the shared project that we're working on now. This is me in the live class talking to the live class about the shared project that we're going to work on. And it will also function as a kind of intro to the narrative of the musical that we've kind of been playing with and building together. Okay, guys, great. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, guys, so through this project on the musical theater, we're really going to be covering a lot more things because the content is going to take a look at basically the whole breadth of this class, which we've gotten to by the end now. All the way from the history, starting obviously way down with the birth of consciousness as we looked at it, and the idea of animating the world around you, through the basic idea of convention and the lens through which we see reality, and the idea that whether it's cinematic, come sit down, or theatrical, whether it's television or reality television, or even something like pop music, there's always a way of taking something that is a pure experience, something that is pure, and presenting it through a convention, through a lens, so that it makes sense to somebody in a contrived way, in a conventional way, in a way that is predetermined. We look at the different ways in which the theatrical form exists, the literature of the theater the theater as a visual art, the theater as a performance art, and the theater as a kind of popular entertainment. We looked at all of the design elements. We looked at form all the way from the Aristotelian structure of drama and classicism through to neoclassicism and realism and all of the post-realist isms of the 20th and the 21st century, and then into the kind of theater that we're making now, nationally. Come sit down. And also right here at Cal State Long Beach. We talked about actors and the way that actors work, and we talked about Stanislavski and the mat, and the idea of an indirect psychomethod and realistic acting, and what that means, and how actors go about creating a plane that truth can rise up from, through which that they can, a convention that the actor can use to, again, show something that is pure and real in the moment. And out of that, we then looked at those post-realist isms and the methodologists like the one in your text, Meyerhold, who went to address, for example, expressionism in the Russian theater, and the attempts that they made to create an acting form that would work, along with Stanislavski's ideas to address those post-realist isms. So what we're going to do is, through all of this content, we're going to funnel that through the lens of the American musical, going all the way from that first quintessential musical that we looked at, Oklahoma, through to Sondheim and Crispin Glover and the other musicals that we looked at along the way, the videos that we looked at in here, and to see if we can take some idea of style and convention, and through that lens of the musical theater to create something that gives at least a feeling, something that is pure. Yeah, Roya, did you have a question?
No, I just slipped.